Yeah, I like the addition of these graphics down here at the bottom. I'm not a big fan of this dark gray for the active page link up here for your navigation bar. I like the gold that when I bring my mouse over it, but I think you need to change that color itself. Um, this is I wonder if we can bring this paragraph out a little bit more, maybe make it a little bit larger. Um, the contact page, I'm here to answer questions. I think you need a call to action here. Most students don't put a call to action. Yeah, I'm here to answer any questions you may have. What questions do they might not. So feel free to reach out to me. What I would do is I would start off, let's work together on your next project. Let me know what that project is type deal. So let me see. So like this one here, this contact page says interested in working together, fill out the form below. So I want you to point in to where, hey, let's work together. Let's work with each other. You'll see like here, this is a little more positive. I'd love to hear from you. Got a project you would like me to work on, or would you, or how about just a friendly chat? So it's just a nice, think about how that contact action is, and it starts to being standard that most students will do. Um, let's look at your Muse file real quick. So actually, let me go to your states panel. Again, when you go to when you click on your first button here, your mouse down and you're active, you might just keep it the same color of the green, instead the aqua, I might just do that. So now what sometimes what students will do is they'll take the active though and make it a little bit different, and maybe make it just a tad darker with the brightest value. Maybe that would work. So that's something to experiment with. Yeah, I mean, on this home page, it could be a little bit different. I think you need to have this at least a little bit larger, because you're probably not adding anything else to this. And then I'd probably go in and use color to bring out. I don't know if gold now. Probably want to use the green. I would experiment, see if that works with that. I almost think that your graphic here, though, this white gap, I think you need to make it larger to fit that browser, and then you want an object, let's see, you want it behind this green area, so that means I gotta go to my master page, and you have to work with layers here. So I'm going to go up to Window, Layers. I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to move that up into the new layer, layer 2. So it's on top. See, what's happening is it's putting all the objects on the same layer. So what you're going to do is you're going to tell it you want this box on the top of everything. So, and I think if you do that, I think you want it to go in and abut against the header section, definitely. So just make sure that lines up with your footer and everything on that part. I'm not talking about images yet, but if I was going to say anything about your images, I'll be waiting until the next one of the next milestones or two. But it's nice to see it. I like how things are, they're the same. Looks like they're the same size. I would hope they're the same size. So 236, 230. Oh, nope, the width is different. So if you can keep it the same size as much as possible, just a little bit off. But the image itself is, a couple of these images are lacking a little contrast. So you're going to have to go into Photoshop. I don't think we'll try it here real quick. Let me pause this while I wait for Photoshop. So like this image here, the contrast is just a little bit off, and I would pump up the saturation as well. So the first thing in Photoshop I would do is add an adjustment layer called levels, and you can see that the histogram is telling us we have a contrast issue. So we bring this white slider over to where the histogram starts. Might tweak and bring this in, but again, see how the contrast is being improved. Now you don't want to go too far, you know, with that. So you just kind of go in where the histogram starts with. Then then I would also add adjustment layer, probably vibrance, and then I would increase the saturation a little bit, bring out some of that color. Okay, so here's what it was before, here's what it was after. So you're going to have to fine tune those images you're going to include. You want to make it look like it's presentable and so forth. So that's why you have to utilize Photoshop for